Yo, what's good? It's your boy FBK and you watching the 416 interview.
The first thing I want to ask you is when did you start creating music?
5, 6 years ago, but like I always been like musically inclined, like I always been making like or into music since I was really young, but I'd say like I wrote my first song when I was in like grade 9. When I was in like ninth grade on some like high school shit, like I did a remix to I think just like Lil Uzi and like Gucci Mane song. I think they had like a song. I think it was called Today. But like I did a little remix to it, and then I showed a couple of my friends, and my friends were like, "Oh, yo, like this is actually like it's low key fire. Like you should keep going. Like, it's kind of better than like average." So I just had a lot of people in my ear kind of just tell me to keep going. But I'd say like when I put my very first song out, I was in either I think it was grade 11. My first studio session and my very first studio session, and that's the exact same song I recorded. I put out, and that's kind of like how it started. And I put that out in like 2018, I believe. So that's like when I started making music for real.
I bet. Say less. And then, yo, what's behind your name, FBK?
FBK. Yeah. When I was younger, um, it was just me, my mom, and my cousin over here at the crib, and it's kind of funny, but when we were just chilling, I just got PlayStation Plus. So like I was just starting to like create my gamer tag, and like I didn't know what to put. So my mom was there, and my mom used to call me Fresh when I was younger. Like she used to buy me a whole bunch of clothes and shit, and like buy me like Jordans and all that. So she used to like just call me Fresh growing up. So I kind of included it. So I asked her, I was like, "Oh, like should I be like Fresh, like Fresh Boy?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, Fresh Boy kind of goes." And my cousin was fucking with that. So we're just like kind of like Fresh Boy what, like like Fresh Boy Clay. And like my name's spelled differently, so we couldn't really spell it like that on the PlayStation. So we just put Klay, and from then on, like that was my name, that was my gamer tag, and people started calling me that in elementary school. Like I've look, yeah, it's like what fifth grade. I don't know if I mentioned that fifth grade, but yeah, ever since then, people started calling me that, and I made that my Instagram, and that was kind of my name. So like when I started making music, I was originally going as Fresh Boy Clay, and then I shortened it to FBK. You know what I mean? Because I kind of just didn't want people, saying Fresh Boy Clay. It kind of felt too long. It looked too long on Spotify. But yeah, I'm still looking. I'm still probably looking to change my name soon too. Like I'm trying to. I might change it to Freshy. Freshy sounds tough. So we'll see down the line.
Let's talk about your creative process. How do you make a song, bro?
My creative process. So I just recently started recording myself at the crib. So a lot of my songs really just be off the top, and I kind of just punch in and just keep doing take after take. In a sense, it's kind of like writing, but I feel like when you write or when I actually take my time and write a song, um, like I get a lot of ideas and I can structure a track better, and I kind of like more so take my time with the track way more than I do than uh with punching in all the time. But both work effectively. But like I say, like as of right now, like it's all off the top freestyle. Or sometimes I'll record a demo here and I'll take it to the studio and then I record it cleaner. So it's basically like writing, but it's more so off the top.
How picky are you when it comes to like beats?
Gotta be picky when it comes to beats. You gotta be picky. Like honestly, like a lot of people tell me that my beat selection is like really good, and like I actually do take pride in my beat selection. Like I always try to like you know, pick what matches the vibe or what matches my voice better. It's usually like a lot of the time when something clicks in my head right away. Like if I hear a beat and I have to keep replaying it or keep listening to it for me to like catch a vibe, the more times like it's not the vibe and I try like to not force a song. But most of my songs like that I create or put out is like I play the beat and like the first like 20 seconds like I get something in my head. So like you sometimes you gotta be picky. You can't just be picking any beat and thinking like it's tough. You know what I mean? Like you really gotta know like what hits and what's suitable for your sound.
I'll get that. And then I want to ask you, bro. Toronto's music scene's been on like a forefront lately. So what's your take on like Toronto's hip hop or like Toronto's music scene in general?
Bro, Toronto music scene right now like it's growing, and like I love to see the direction that it's going in, especially with like a lot of the versatility that's coming from like the underground side of it. Because a lot of artists like me or like around my age group that are making the same type of music as me, or I see at a lot of events and shows, and I feel like a lot of these people are like way more talented than like the I don't know like there's like a Toronto drill scene here that gets glorified a lot, and I feel like there's a more mainstream side that doesn't really get covered a lot, and I feel like sometimes like it goes unnoticed, and I feel like within the next couple of years, the people within this community that stay consistent are really about to make some noise and make some serious changes here in the city. So like I'm definitely excited to see that. But honestly, I even with the Toronto drill scene, I still feel like it's very unique in its own sense, and it's honestly developing from over the years. So I feel like just Toronto as a whole needs to just stick together as a community and honestly put our city on the fucking map because it's about time.
In your Spotify bio, you have said like one of the ways you describe yourself is innovative. Like, could you elaborate on that?
um, Innovative. Like what I mean by innovative, I'd say like is like I always like to keep things like unpredictable. I like to keep things like fresh all the time. I like to keep things like new. So I could kind of take a sound or take something that I'm inspired by and kind of flip it into my own way where people can't really decipher like who I'm inspired from or like where I'm getting it from because it sounds so original. And like I always like to like see me how I like to sing, I like to rap, I like to do a whole like I could do a whole bunch of different types of music genres that people probably think I can't do, but they haven't like heard yet. And I feel like in a sense like it's like an element of surprise. Like I could always do something like one day I'm rapping hard and like they're like next day I'm singing, they're like this is the same artist, like it doesn't even sound the same. So it's like always just keeping it fresh, innovative, like never keeping yourself in a box, always thinking outside the box and like pushing yourself to like different limits that you felt like you couldn't. Like every single time I record a song, I discover something new about myself that like I never heard before, and then I use that into like the next song and the next song and the next song, and it keeps going. So just always keeping things fresh and being creative and like not keeping yourself in a box. Like I feel like that's my definition of me being like innovative in like this music shit, you know?
Speaking about being innovative and like leveling up, bro, where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Bro, in 5 years, to be completely honest, like I see me being a complete superstar, bro. Like I just see me being where I always manifested and always kept my head at. Because with the resources I got now and the connections I made now and everything that's going on in my life, I feel like if I really keep pushing and I don't stop, 5 years from now you're about to be seeing FBK's name in a lot of fucking places. You can keep seeing my face. I promise my face is not going nowhere. So 5 years time, I got some big plans, you know what I mean?
Yo, what's like your dream collab?
My dream collab? Ooh, that's a good one. My dream collab, I'd probably say is like Tory Lanez, bro. I say Tory Lanez is honestly one of my favorite artists like of all time. So if there's anyone that I like to get a track done with and just create some shit, whether it's R&B, some rap shit, like whatever it is, like I feel like me and Tory Lanez could make a hit song. Like he just one of the names. Like I got a bunch, but if I were to say like a dream, like that's my dream, I'm gonna put Tory up there for sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know you said you got a list. Who are the other people that are on your list that you want to collab with?
Ooh, Yeet. I want to collab with Yeet. I want to collab with Travis Scott. I want to collab with even some underground artists. Like I want to collab with Lunchbox because I feel like Lunchbox has been an inspiration within like around like the newer music I've been making. I gotta give respect where it's due, you know. So I put Lunchbox, Sofago. I gotta put Sofago up there. Tana. These are just people I feel like I make like really good songs with. Look, I'll put Tekka up in there too. You know what I mean? I feel like those names that I just named we could make a hit. Like I feel like I could name more, but those ones right now, like I'd say are like ones that are up there for me that I could think of right now.
What's your advice for people just hopping into the music industry or wanting to get into it?
Stay consistent. Don't give up. Don't doubt yourself because there's always going to be times where people are doubting you or you have second thoughts. The only person I love to go by this. I love to go by this, but the only person that's stopping you is yourself. So just always remember that. Like it's always a choice. There's always a choice. So just keep pushing, be consistent. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying. Just focus on your craft and focus on improving. And as long as you keep doing that and you're serious about your work and you got your priorities straight, you're good.
And any new projects people should look out for?
Hell yeah. So I'm dropping a tape. I'm dropping a mixtape later this year, hopefully like summer. It's called Heart Turn Black. So y'all watch out for that one. That shit sounds crazy. I've been working on it since the beginning of the year. Some of my best work that I've ever done in my life. And that is gonna sound crazy, but what I have after that tape might be even crazier. So y'all just watch out for the little EP maybe that I have after that shit. For me. What's the word? The bitch said I'm cute. She